Ambulance, a much easier story to follow. Ambulance from director Michael Bay, who brought us Bad Boys, The Rock, Armageddon, The Island, Transformers, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers The Dark Side of the Moon, Transformers what the hell happened after that? Um Michael Bay also did 13 Hours. It's a story about at the end of his rope, ex-Marine who is in desperate need of, getting his wife a surgery that she needed for an ailment that she was having. And we all know, depending on what insurance you have or don't have, surgery can completely wipe you out. Surgery, I remember when my appendix burst, my doctor bill was $40,000. $40,000 for my appendix surgery. And luckily, they didn't know I had insurance at that time. Luckily, I had just got insurance. And that brought my payment down all the way down to like $3,000. But man, $40,000. That bill was so high, I was just like, there's no way I can pay this. So I just laughed at it. I was like, there's no way. I'm paying a weekend at a hospital cost me $40,000. I used to tell that joke on stage, like for $40,000 for a weekend, I need to be on an island, beautiful tropical island, for a full weekend, smashing Angelina Jolie raw.
Why her specifically?
And this is just, it's not even about her, but it's just about somebody of stature.
Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
I'm smashing raw for this 40,000 to make sense for a weekend. So he's in desperate need of the money, and so he goes to Jake Gyllenhaal's character, who is somebody that he could come to in desperate need of like $200 and something thousand for this surgery. And Jake Gyllenhaal is like, yo, man, I got you. You just got to help me with this one thing, and we can get the monies. Apparently, these two grew up together, and so he felt he could trust to go to him for the money, and he had the right connections. So he goes to him, and then Jake Gyllenhaal is like, yo, man, well, all right, well, come with me on this little job we're doing. You could be the driver. And, we'll get you squared away on the money tip. We all know that it's never that simple. They rob this bank, things go AWire, and they end up on the run from the cops in an ambulance. They got a paramedic trapped in there with a fallen cop, and they are on the run from every cop within the Los Angeles area. And it's like, how are they going to get out of this? That's the premise of this movie. How are they going to get out of this pickle? And when I say pickle, I mean dill, hot, sweet, Vlasic, all the pickles. All the pickles. Who was that pickle from Rugrats? Tommy Pickles. All the pickles. So it was just like, yo, okay. Michael Bay, first of all, his movies are colorful and bright. That's one staple about Michael Bay. He will give you the colors. He will make everything look beautiful, whether he's in Miami, Los Angeles, overseas, Pearl Harbor. He's going to give you the colors. And one thing, too, he is going to move that camera around. He was doing camera angles that were completely unnecessary. He would swoop in up above a skyscraper and then swoop back down. And I'm just like, why did we just do that shot? Why did we just swoop up to the top of the tallest building in Los Angeles and then come back down? It is just, he is going to give you the full visuals. And when I say Michael Bay, you already know he is going to put the money on the screen. I don't know what the budget was for Ambulance, but cars were flipping, cars were blowing up, cars were crashing. He's going to give you every dollar on that screen and you are going to see it. That's one thing about Michael Bay that he has always done. Whether the budget was 27 million like for the first Bad Boys or it's 200 million like Transformers, he is going to show you the money on that screen, and Ambulance is no exception. It looked like money was spent. The leads were good. You know, Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is one of the better actors working today. He's a really good actor. And he delivered as usual. Yahya from Candyman and the Watchmen series. He did his thing. You felt for his character, but at the same time, you were just like, I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't have done it, because they just never turn out well. But we're blinded. Like, if you can get millions of dollars for doing a quick job, and you're a good driver, and you know it, and it's desperate measures. You got a wife with child that needs the surgery. He didn't want to do it, but he did it, and so now we got to deal with the consequences. And Eliza Gonzalez, is that her name?
Yeah.
Eliza Gonzalez plays the paramedic who's trapped in the ambulance with him. She was in the movie Kong versus Godzilla. She was also in something else I noticed her in.
I Care a Lot. Bloodshot.
I Care a Lot. I remember her in there. Her hair was big.
Yeah.
And then she was in what else?
Bloodshot. Baby Driver.
Bloodshot, Baby Driver. I don't even remember her in Baby Driver.
Yeah,
So she out here booking some good roles.
Alita. Yeah, she's in a lot.
She was in the leader too?
Yeah, and it's Aisa.
Oh, Aisa Gonzalez. Right? Did I get the last name right?
Yeah, Gonzalez
Okay.
is right.
Aisa Gonzalez.
Oh, Cutthroat City.
Huh?
Cutthroat City. She was in a lot of stuff.
Man, she out here working.
But she looks different in everything she's
She looks
in.
different in every movie.
Yeah.
She has a great face, great look. And Michael Bay made sure we felt her face because it was like he was putting all the color and all the light on that face. And even though she's going through everything, blood splatters, dirt, sweat, grime, stress, it was like, why are you looking amazing going through this? Everybody looks amazing in Michael Bay pictures. Even when you don't, you do. And so those are pretty much the three leads. Occasionally, a little bit tad melodramatic, but easy to follow, easy to watch. This is no Transformers by any means. One thing I like about Michael Bay movies too, he incorporates humor in all of his movies. He's gonna find a way to incorporate some humor in these joints. And that's one thing I find refreshing about his movies. He gonna throw in the laughs where he can, and Ambulance is no exception. The budget for Ambulance, Jordan Denwittle said the budget for Ambulance is actually $40 million, that's low for Michael Bay, and he made that movie look like $100 million bucks. Wow, $40 million? That's cheaper than I expected. It's good that it was that low because it did not do well this weekend.
Yeah.
So $40 million budget. Yo, if you want somebody to make your movie look good, see if you can get Michael Bay. Because he makes movies look fantastic. And this action was easy to follow. Some ridiculous moments here and there, some ridiculous edits here and there that I noticed. But I was entertained the whole way through. The movie starts immediately and keeps going. What'd you see there? That face.
You see my face?
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the budgets for his movie.
Oh,
Six
yeah.
Underground was $150 million.
Yes, I forgot he did that. That movie was crazy. That was for Netflix.
And I'm just looking at all the different budgets.
His budgets are wild.
The Baby Driver.
He
But
did do Baby Driver.
Oh well, no. This is just the different budgets that are compared to.
Oh, okay,
Like
gotcha.
what's it called? Action budgets.
Okay.
So
What was Baby Driver's budget?
$34 million.
Oh, that's cheap for that.
Heat, $60 million.
Yeah, I knew Heat was up there.
The Driver, $4 million. I guess he's all driver. Oh, Den of Thieves. Love that movie.
Den of Thieves was good. How much?
30 million.
30 million. Okay.
Scream 5. I don't know why that's in here.
What the hell that doing?
No, right? 24 million. But then
Uh,
6 Underground, 150 million.
that's crazy.
Die Hard, 28 million.
Oh, they got Die Hard. Man, Die Hard was
Die
a
Hard,
steal.
Die Hard was
28
cheap.
million and 88 money
Yeah,
is a lot, but man,
that's cheap though.
yeah.
For it's a classic.
Oh, it's one of the best action movies ever created.
28 million.
It's one of the best ever.
That's crazy.
I will say, I love a good bank heist. I love a good heist movie, and Heat is probably the best heist film of all time, in my opinion. Especially the gun battle that Robert De Niro's team had with Al Pacino and his team. That's one of the best action sequences I've ever seen. So Ambulance's bank scene doesn't hold a candle to it, but it is pretty good. It's just a little bit more sloppy than Heat. And I will say that Michael Bay can get sloppy with his action sequences and how they're edited and shot. It'd be like a shootout going on that's far too long. I still feel that Bad Boys 2, which is also directed by Michael Bay, has some of the best action sequences I've seen in film. His camera shot was in complete rotation of the room where they're in there fighting the Haitians. That whole Miami chase scene was just incredible. But his action sequences can go off the rails a little bit, and they kind of go off the rails here a little bit. So I got to nick him for that. But, Michael Bay, and I will say this, I wish Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life, was directed by Michael Bay and not the other guys, because I feel like the action would have hit harder if it was Michael Bay. I will say that. I will say, because I feel like the action sequences in Bad Boys for Life didn't hit the same as the first two Bad Boys. But Michael Bay does action.
If Michael Bay were to take over a Marvel franchise, what character would you want him to like take over, like their story? Ooh, Storm. I feel like since we were just talking about Storm, but
I would like. So I feel like, Michael Bay movies are not the strongest story-wise. So I feel like I would want Michael Bay directing something it's grounded in an urban environment. So based in that reality, like if they did like a Luke Cage movie or even the Punisher could be a bit darker than what I'm used to with Michael Bay. So I would like to see a Luke Cage or Blade. Blade should be darker. So I feel like Michael Bay would give Blade too much color. The Hulk might be a nice. Oh, the Hulk might be the move.
Oh yeah,
because it's gonna be colorful. It's gonna be a lot of destruction. The Hulk might be the move because I want my Hulk movie to be loud, vibrant, colorful, with a lot going on, destruction. I don't think the Hulk should be too dark and serious. So the Hulk might be my answer.
That's a good one.
I don't know if I want Gambit to have his own standalone movie. I like Gambit better within the team of X-Men. Even though I love Gambit as a character, I just like for him to be within the team there. Yeah, because Storm is gonna be. Me and Sabrina were talking about this with a Storm movie. First of all, Storm we need a strong story for Storm at this point. We've already seen these filmmakers giving the Storm character nothing to do in these X-Men movies. So we need to come in story first with Storm, and then we can apply the action after that. So Michael Bay is not the guy on that front. So with a Storm movie, we need a strong story, but also dope special effects. And me and Sabrina was saying, first of all, we want before, oh yeah, let me get into this. Let me give y'all the saxophones for Michael Bay's ambulance movie. Well, here it is. Oh yeah, I'm giving Ambulance 3.5 saxophones out of 5. It was entertaining, and it kept me invested the whole movie. And I didn't know how it was going to play out, and I was curious as to how it was going to play out. And it played out pretty realistically, honestly. Like the play out was like how it played out didn't have me like, man, that would never happen. And so 3.5 saxophones out of 5. It's a good watch. It's entertaining. And Wale does a good job. The rapper Wale is in this movie. So he did a good job, man. I've never seen him in the movie before.